Hey guys, RJ here, and this is Promotion Power number 7. We are getting through these episodes really quick. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. I really do appreciate it. If you missed any episodes, check the playlist on my channel, go back and watch as many as you can, and give me some feedback on how to improve them. Now, if you watched last episode, you'll realise that we was really unlucky, not only to draw against Blackburn, but to also drop points in the game previous to that and end up losing. So I really wanted to go ahead and grab as much points as I could going into the end of the transfer window, which was in just over a week's time, meaning that we'd have a good positive feeling, and then we can maybe look at actually picking up some new players. That will occur next episode, guys, and make sure to tune into that because it is going to be a really good transfer special episode. But staying with this episode, we play Derby and we play Ipswich. Now, both teams are actually pretty good, well-established championship teams. I'd say there was more towards the higher end of the table than the lower. Definitely no chance of getting demoted to League One. So with that in mind, I thought that we've pretty much got to put a quite strong team out against them, to be honest. I didn't want to put players out like you saw with Grady over there who wasn't totally fit. I wanted to play players who I thought I'm going to make the best impact. And doing so, again, I put Finley on for Cox just to try and get a bit of pace up front and hopefully try and break through their defence. But saying that, Derby have actually got a really good defence. They've got quite a lot of young English players. I think they've definitely got a really good left back here. I was looking at signing, but his value is like 3 to 4 million, which for like a 20-year-old is actually quite amazing, to be honest. So he must have really good prospects. They also have quite a decent attack. Tyson on the bench has got phenomenal pace, and they've also got somebody else who I can't actually remember their name, who is brilliant with pace too. But like I said, I was hoping that their page could be masked by ours with Finley and Quintero and Taylor in attack. So getting into the game here, guys, you'll see how it kind of develops and how it turns out in this 28th minute where they run on, push a through ball here, and I was really thinking, don't attack, just try and save it from going in, But you'll see here they managed to get through, and I was like, oh, this is brilliant, and a brilliant tackle from the defender stops that from happening. We chuck it up the other end, we go through the attack, and you'll see here Taylor, bit of pace, gets broken down, and that was literally the best chance, to be honest. It was like end-to-end stuff that pretty much summed up the game. We had a few shots on target, they had a few more than us, I think, but in the end we ended up going in half-time at 0-0. So, going on, I decided to look at the team. A lot of people was tired at this moment in time, so I was thinking I've got to make some substitutions to try and make a bit of an impact in the team and try and hopefully break through and actually grab a goal. But as you see in a minute, guys, unfortunately enough, it wasn't actually us who went through to grab the goal, even though we did bring on players such as Cox, who is actually a really good goal scorer. Instead, you'll see here, as soon as we made the substitutions, they have a bit of possession with Salmon. He puts it out wide, and my defending there should have done better, but nevertheless, they pass it around me. You'll see they pull it in the box here and finish that to go 1-0 ahead. It was actually really disappointing because, like I said, I thought the first half was pretty even and that it could have gone either way. But I guess it's one of them games where the first goal is the goal that wins. You could see how much possession they had here, guys. They're just constantly passing it about, putting it through, sliding through there, and managing to grab a goal with Hendricks. That was indeed the winning goal. It was only a 1-goal game, and Derby managed to get that. This was actually a local derby, which I didn't know at the time, so it was kind of even worse that I lost when I was reflecting on it, and the board wasn't too happy about that, I don't believe. But we didn't have any time to think. You'll see here we come up against Ipswich, yet again another qualified championship team, more likely to get promoted than to get demoted, definitely. And again, I decided, is the formation I'm using really working out? I'm not entirely sure. I decided to give it one more chance, as you see there, and just check the team to see who was fit, who weren't, if there's any changes that could be made or anything as we went into this game, because we've dropping points in the last 3 games. Although we did manage to pick up the win against Wolves and we drawed against Blackburn, it's really key that we start on a good note and start grabbing goals and grabbing points along with those goals. But nevertheless, guys, I didn't want to go down again to another loss, especially one that was going to really damage the team's morale going into transfer deadline day. I really wanted to be happy with the team that we had and not have to go out and be like, oh no, there's so much wrong with the team, I'm going to have to buy player upon player upon player. But as you'll see when the game starts, it's actually a really, really action-packed game. We start off, and I think there's like 7 goals in the game. That absolutely brilliant game to play, actually. Not mainly from our perspective, because unfortunately we end up going 5-2 down. You'll see the goals coming through in a sec, guys. But I just wanted to say that thanks for tuning into this episode. It's absolutely brilliant that you've been tuning in and watching the episodes. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy doing this series, and I really want to try and get as many episodes out as I can and really make it a success. If you guys can help this series and the channel in any way possible, then please do give feedback on the video by commenting it below, liking it if you do like it. It just shows me basically how much of you really appreciate the series. And also, guys, if you can share it in any way possible, Twitter, Facebook, telling people about it, it'll be absolutely brilliant, because that's really what helps the channel. And getting more views means that videos will be out more regularly, there'll be better content, there'll be more content that you guys want, and that's really what I'm trying to aim for. But as you see in this episode, guys, we didn't have the best of starts, and we didn't actually perform the best as we could. But if you make sure to tune in next episode, guys, you'll see that we will make some transfers. That is the transfer deadline day going into September, I believe. So make sure to tune in for that episode, guys, as you see us get demolished here by Ipswich. Thanks for watching as always, guys. RJ out.